Fellow Brick Fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review for a 2021 Lego DC set based off of Batman, the old Adam West show, the classic TV series as it's officially branded. The set is classic TV series Batman Cowl, is set number 76238, is recommended for building ages 18 and up. Comes with 372 pieces and retails for about $60 here in America. It's the other cowl that they released last year. This one more focusing again on the Adam West Batman cowl. So without further ado, let's take a closer look and see how it stacks up. Looking at the main build, talk about the build experience a little bit. It was pretty straightforward. A lot of general snot techniques and fairly basic building. Only real issue I encountered was just building the nose bridge here. Be careful and a little bit delicate with that when you're building it, because if you apply way too much pressure, it's going to keep collapsing on you. So just watch out for that. Overall design, I really like this. It looks spot on. You have a lot of plates and studs on top. You have a nice shape for the bat ear. You got a smattering of both prints and stickers. Up here to create the eyebrows on the actual cowl. They are stickers, but the nose and the plaque here, of course, are printed, and they're very nicely printed. No real issues there. You may have seen this earlier, but something interesting with this particular helmet that's not on any of the other ones that they've done is this cowl can be removed easily from the stand. So that is really interesting, and I don't know quite why they chose to deviate with this one in particular. It doesn't really add much of anything to the displayability of this thing. I mean, you can pick it up and hold the cowl in your hands, but it's not really something to me that adds something to this build here. The stand is fairly basic. Again, you do want to watch out for pushing this a little too far, because all the plates and studs here are just very loosely connected, so you don't want to apply too much pressure to this display base. It does include some studs there to prevent this from really moving around, but it kind of fails at that because it's not really studs that have any traction. They do weirdly use trans bricks here as well for the display stand, so you can see straight through the bricks for that tech beam there. That just provides a little stability for the model here. And up at the top, you just have a little notch there, which is what a little round slope piece just sits in there, and it just rests. Once you really find that notch there, it'll stay on there. So that, as much as I am bewildered by the decision to have it removable from the base, it does lock in there pretty well. You have to really like finick with this thing or bump it to get it to fall off there. So another real critique I have here is just the shaping around the eye holes here, how they achieved the shape of the eye. It does look fairly nice compared to the source material, but again, because this has been so squeezed in from downsizing the scale, the eyebrows and stuff, this just looks a little more than what's actually on the flat surface of the cowl in the show. These brows are way too down here. The cowl on the actual show, it's a full wrap around his head, so I don't really agree with this whole having the bottom part of the cowl just completely open. That really should have been rounded off and made to look like a full cowl. This just looks like a helmet when it's more like a hoodie in the actual TV show that this is based off of. So very few complaints here, but overall I do think this looks very nice. The designer did a really good job at translating this is instantly recognizable. If you're a fan of Batman, that this is instantly identifiable as the Adam West cowl, just due to the sheer shape of the front of the cowl there, with the eyebrows and the coloration here. I think the designer of this set did a really good job at making this identifiable, just for someone seeing it on display, that they don't even have to look at the plaque to A, get that this is a Batman cowl, and B, which specific source material that it is based off of. For extra parts, you do get a teal brick separator here, as well as a smattering of pretty standard extra pieces, Technic, and a bunch of slopes. So looking at the instructions, I should note mine came in kind of folded. Bad experience for a 18 plus aimed line. Front couple pages here just shows a little blurb about the Adam West TV series, as well as a little snippet from the actual designer of the set, but the build process is fairly straightforward. Again, no real issues with this instruction manual, no cross-sell for anything, considering this is aimed at adults who may do a one-off buy, so you get the parts in there, as well as just a black cover. You can look at the box. It's that same size that we get for all the buildable helmets and objects line here. It's very tall. You got the nice product shot of the set against a black background with some light behind it for that 18 plus demographic, as well as that border down at the bottom with black Lego bricks. We get a bright logo for the Batman classic TV series branding, as well as the Adam West logo in the corner. The box just shows another shot of the set. Back of the box here shows just another shot of the set, as well as dimensions and just a little reference pictures of Adam West wearing the cowl, just so the buyer is aware of what this is actually based on. Going into my final thoughts for the set, build was very enjoyable. Again, the only real problem I had was with the nose bridge part of the cowl there. It didn't really give that good of a build experience to me. I got frustrated, but overall build, it was very nicely done. Design, it does have a few cons that I brought up. How the shaping of the eye overall is done is very not, it looks more flat in real life than the actual costume was. And just the squish proportions kind of takes away a little bit, as well as overall the whole gimmick here of being able to remove it from the stand, which none of the other helmets that have been built like this have been able to do. They've always been firmly attached to the base that they are attached to. I mean, it stands out, but standing out generally can be a good or bad thing. And here, I don't see the point or purpose of it, so I just question why the decision was made, and I would really like to see, again, a little bit more durability to the display stands if Lego's going to keep making this line a thing. Quality-wise, didn't really have any issues aside from my instructions just being shoved into the box. Again, if you're aiming this at adults generally don't like dealing with that stuff, so maybe just work on putting it in like a very special baggie to keep it nice and straight for that adult experience. So, and then $60, that is the standard price for most of these cowls. I will say that this is about on par with the Scout Trooper one that they did for Star Wars. So I'm going to say that, like that, this really should have not been $60. That should have been more at that price point of that one. Really would have liked to have seen it at a lower price. This really isn't worth $60 to me, just a little bit less. With all that considered, this set does get a 7 out of 10 for me. Again, highly recommend the pickup, especially considering the set is now on its way out with retirement and everything at the time of recording. I highly recommend picking this up just for a lower price if you can get it on sale, which is probably more likely than not. But that does it for this video. Comment below, let me know how my review was, what you think about this set. Always look forward to having a discussion with you guys in the comments. Subscribe, hit that like button, ring the bell, all that jazz helps the channel out, helps it grow, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stack on.